Good afternoon, mates. I am the 9th reporter of Group 12. So, my name is Baby Joy Benjola. My topic is all about exemplary and moral damages. Exemplary damages may be awarded if the action is based on quasi-direct. Moral damages are recoverable under the Civil Code. Older rulings said punitive damages were abolished, but they may still be granted in quasi-direct cases. For damages without violating first freedom, actual malice or knowledge of falsity or reckless disregard for truth must be proven. Absolutely, privileged communications carry no liability for damages. So, meaning, makakuan ka og extra compensation or compensation money if ang case is about kining sa quasi-direct or kining sa fault or negligence. So, even if ang old rules is wala siya na kuan, ang extra money is cannot be given, so it is still allowed in these cases. So, parang ma-claim nimo ang money without breaking free speech rights, so you must prove the speaker knew it was false or did not care if it was true. So, some special statement cannot be sued for damages. Example, a person guilty of libel paid 1,000 pesos damages and 500 pesos fine. So, next is the Article 361, the proof of truth. In criminal libel cases, truth is admissible evidence if the statement is true and published with good motives and justifiable ends. The accused is acquitted. Truth of non-criminal imputations is only admissible if made against government employees regarding official duties. Acquittal follows if proven. So, meaning, sa mga libel na cases, so, truth is admissible evidence. So, if what you said is true and you said it with good reasons and proper purpose, you will be acquitted of the charge. So, if the statement is not about a crime, you can only prove it is true if it is concerns about workers' job duties. If proven true, you are cleared or acquitted. Next is when proof of truth is admissible. Number one is that the imputation concerns a crime, whether the offended party is a private or public. So, pasabot, you can prove the truth if you said someone committed a crime. Bisan pa o kana nga tawo is a ordinary citizen or a public official. So, next is the imputation concerns a public official, relates to official duties even if no crime is involved. Example, accusing a public official of drinking during office hours. Truth must be proven. So, pasabot, you can also prove the truth if what you said relates to a public worker's job, even if it is not a crime. Example, nag-ingon ka, ay mong gina ng usa ka official nga nag-inom siya while working or office hours. So, you can prove if it is true. Next is the scope of proof. The rule applies only to first, imputation of crimes. Second, statement about official regarding official duties. Good motives and justifiable ends are presumed unnecessary if the accusation serves public interest. So, imputation of crimes. So, if it is about a crime or about an official works, the statement about official regarding official duties, then if what you said helps the public, you do not need to show you had good reasons for purpose. Next is proof of requirements. Truth must be proven by direct positive evidence evidence, not hearsay or rumor. Probable cause to believe the statement through supposition. Illustration, calling a private person a drunkard or deceased. Truth inadmissible. Accusation including crimes, truth admissible. So, kinahanglan nimo nga i-prove nga ang kamatuoran. You must prove truth with real proofs, not just kining mga storya sa uban or kining mga hearsay. So, it is not enough if you had good reason to believe it was true. Example, mukig na ng usa ka regular person nga nakainom or naisakit. So, you cannot prove it in court. Saying someone committed a crime, you can prove it. Next is the 3 requisites of defense. Number 1 is truth of the charge, limited to crimes or official related acts. So, pasabot, what you said must be true, and it must be about a crime or an official's work. Second is published with good motives determined by court from all circumstances. So, you must have said it for good reason, and the judge will decide based on all facts. Number 3 is for justifiable ends. Legitimate purpose, example, promoting separation of church and state. So, you must have said it for proper goal like serving the public good. Good intention and justifiable motives. So, statements made in good faith without malice and for a legitimate purpose, example, warning of disease, are privileged and not actionable. Good motives negates malice. No malice means no libel. So, pasabot, if you spoke honestly without kining maka-harm sa ubaan or maka-hurt, and for a good reason like na imus lang i-warningan sa mga disease, you cannot be sued. So, good intentions made you had no bad feelings, and without bad feelings, it is not libel. Next is retraction mitigates damages. Publishers must correct false defamatory statements promptly. A proper retraction admitting falsity and apologizing reduces liability. So, pasabot, if ni-publish ka o usa ka butang nga sayop or maka-harm sa uban, so kinahanglan nimo na siya dayon nga i-correct. So if mo-admit ka nga sayop pa or mga ikaw pa saylo, so you will pay less money as damages. So that's all.
Move up!